Hello, in this video I'll be showing you how to perform a lunar haircut on yourself using this haircut kit by Morrocco Method. But first, let's see what a lunar haircut is and how we can use the lunar cycles to harness the energy of the moon to achieve the best hair goals guided by the Lunar Hair Chart. Just as this is an ideal time to plant, weed, reap and spread compost on the earth, there are best times to cut or harvest the hair. Aligning haircuts to the ebb and flow of the lunar cycle has a very powerful effect on the growth and maintenance of your hair. And according to ancient wisdom of the shamans who consider hair a sacred part of the body, there are 5 different elements each month to consider. Specific times enhance hair growth, hair thickness, length, strengthening of its roots, and aesthetic beautification, provided that we cut on the appropriate days depending on the lunar cycle. Otherwise, the remaining inauspicious days of that month will actually retard the growth of hair. So knowing these retardation periods of hair growth can be a very useful tool also for our hair care, because harvesting unwinding hair during this time is ideal. For example, it's perfect for plucking the eyebrows or shaving the legs. The hair will grow back more slowly, if at all. We can use the Lunar Hair Chart to harness the moon's energy to benefit our hair and achieve these 5 different goals depending on our hair goal. First goal is lengthening, which promotes hair growth and is associated with the element of air. The second one is strengthening, which promotes stronger hair and is associated with the element of fire. The third goal is thickness, which promotes hair thickness and is associated with the element of earth. Fourth goal is beautifying, which promotes more body and volume and is connected with the element of ether. The 5th goal is root work, which focuses on strengthening your roots and is associated with the element of water. Today I'm going to be using this Lunar Haircut Kit by Morrocco Method. I'm going to add a code for the Morrocco Method products site-wide for all the products. So if you want to shop, go ahead and use my code. So in this kit, we will find a pair of haircutting scissors made with Japanese steel. They are super smooth and professional. And they also have a blunt tip, which is very important when cutting your hair. I usually take this to the beauty parlor with me wherever I go, and I tell them to use it because it avoids future breakage. The second item in the kit is this comb, which is extremely useful for sectioning your hair when you're performing your lunar haircut. You will also find my favorite, a copy of the lunar chart with all the dates for 2020 and their corresponding element. And when you turn the page, you will see the benefits of each element. So you can pick, depending on your hair goals, which day you're going to perform your lunar haircut. Along this tutorial, you will see that I am not cutting off a lot of my hair. This is because the purpose of a lunar haircut is not to cause drastic change to your hair or styling. You can cut more if you need to, but you don't necessarily have to in order to see the benefits of a lunar haircut. Each lunar haircut is actually equivalent to 16 to 18 acupuncture treatments because it sends a signal up your hair shaft into your root to achieve the desired effect. So it is very, very powerful. Even if you cut off like a 1/16 of an inch, it is equally as powerful as if you cut like 3 inches and you still get all the benefits of the lunar haircut. Another reason of not having to cut off a big portion of your hair is because of split ends. When you have a split end, there is not one product in the world that can fix it or make the hair like stick back together. The only way to fix it is by cutting it off, because when a split end grows, that split end just doesn't go away. It travels all the way up your hair, splitting all the way up until sometimes it reaches the root. That means that the split hair doesn't grow. It makes the hair look more dry, coarse, and unhealthy. So sometimes when we think that our hair is dry, it's because we have split ends. What I like to do is pick one day each month depending on my hair goals, and I combine different goals for each, every coming month, and I cut off like 1/2 to 1 inch. So I only go to the hairdresser like once or twice a year to have a styled haircut, and I always bring my Morrocco Method scissors with me because I don't like any other scissors and energy touching my hair, and these are such good quality and the hairdressers will know how to use them. So let's go into our haircut. The first step is to thoroughly brush your hair using a high quality brush. Actually, we should be doing this every day because it helps release the natural oils from the skin, and this is so important. If you do it for as little as 1 week, you will see the difference in your hair. It just releases the oils and it makes it more healthy. After the hair is nicely combed, then we will have to damp our hair. I spray some rose water on it, like this. just to make it wet. So once your hair is nice and damp enough, you brush it through one more time. And then you take your comb and part it down through the middle, over here, the center, and comb it down so that it's all even. This cut works with vertical sections, so we are going to part our hair in 4 sections on each side. Let's start with the left side. The first section starts from right behind the eyebrow, so over here, like this. Here is my part. Now, we're going to take all of this hair, comb it down, and pull it straight down like this to get to the bottom. Then you're going to take your scissors and cut off as much as you want. I'm going to cut off this much. And then I'm going to take this section and section it off with a hair clip. Here we go. Now, the second section is slightly bigger than the first. It starts from right behind the eyebrow where the other one ended and right in front of the ear over here. So you can comb the hair out just like before, and just to make sure that nothing is tangled, comb it really well, pull it straight down, keep your head level, and then, whoops, here just cut off a similar length as the one you cut off before. I'm doing 1/2 inch to 1 inch, something like that. Here we go, that's done. And then I take this and clip it up so it's out of the way. The third section starts from over here when we ended on the previous one and goes almost to the back of the head, like over here. So we comb it down again. If you need to damp it a little more, that's always useful. There we go, especially the ends. Take my scissors, pull it down, and here's how much I want to cut, just like before. Head level. There we go. And then I take this part and add it to my, oh, the rose water smells so good, to my hair clip. The fourth and last section of this side is in the back of the head, and although it sounds difficult, it really isn't. So what you do is you have to take your comb and part the hair down the center all the way back to the head, and don't worry if it's not 100% even, because nobody will be able to tell the difference. Like, I know I've never been able to tell the difference. So I am pulling this last section straight down while keeping my head level like this, and when I reach the end I just snip it off. These scissors are really good. There, oops, and then if you see some hair got away from you, then just take care of those too. That's it. I add this to my clip, and then I'm gonna go do the same on the other side. So that's it. Now I'm going to take off the hair clip and give everything a good fluff and see what it looks like. So even if there is a slight difference in the length on each side, it won't be noticeable at all, especially if you have wavy or curly hair. However, if you're a perfectionist like me, or if you have straight hair, then what you can do is you can perform a check. So you can pull the first sections of each side over here, just like we were cutting them before, over here, like right in front, right behind the eyebrow, and pull them down like this and hold them together in the middle and see if the ends are even. Over here I see that this one needs a little bit of more cutting. So I'm just going to take my scissors and snip it off. There we go. And now they are completely even. Perfect. And I'm going to put these over here and then do that with the other sections too. Second section and second section here. Pull it down, check for evenness. This seems to be perfect. Third section. Here. this one needs a little bit of adjusting. Snip it off. Perfect. You can actually do that all the way to the back and check for evenness throughout. So if your hair is not long enough and you can't check the back of your hair, then you can get a friend to do it. It's super easy. But if your hair is long enough, then you can pull the backs of your hair over here and check there too. This side seems to be a little longer. I'm just gonna cut a little bit off. Aurora is meowing, she wants some food, so this is perfect. And that's it. Super easy, right? Ready. One more thing you can do when you're done is part your hair the way you usually part it. I have it in the middle usually, but if you want, you can part it on the side and just see what it looks like. Looks great, right? This is like the 5th time I'm doing this, so after the 2nd time it gets really easy and fun, and you can play around with it and even play around with layers a little bit. The last thing I recommend for you is to follow up your lunar haircut with a Morrocco Method product of the appropriate elements. Each Morrocco Method product is associated with a specific element, so since today was a fire day, I am going to wash my hair tonight with this shampoo which is associated with the fire element. This amplifies the effects of the lunar haircut. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. As always, DM me if you have any questions, and don't forget to use my code for a discount on your entire order on the Morrocco Method website. It never expires, you can use it as many times as you want. So enjoy. I'm wishing you health, joy, and 100% natural, luxurious hair.